So we knew that Sinclair was going to be the first bourbon out the door, the first 100% our own bourbon. The history of that mash bill is pretty interesting. It's an alternative 4-grain mash bill. So it's 60% corn, 17% wheat, 13% oats, and 10% malt. That actually harkens from my background as a home distiller or moonshiner, however you want to read that. Growing up in a family of distillers, both legal and illicit, Kentucky and Indiana. When I was about 15, I was kind of getting interested in distilling, and maybe this is proof that I had the best parents in the world or the worst parents in the world, who knows. But my father and my grandfather helped me build a little 10-gallon still, and the 2 rules were don't blow yourself up in the backyard and bring us something when it's worth drinking. They never told me what I couldn't and or shouldn't do, and so that Lee Sinclair mash bill was really just the resolve of wanting to make something more bourbon-like, but also to throw some alternative grains in there, because I never heard of anybody putting oats in a mash bill. Now, a little later on, I figured out from history, in Kentucky even, that oats and oat malt were very common in early farm distiller mash bills, even up into bourbon territory into the 1850s. Oats were very common. The oats are a very big part of the mash bill. They're very sweet, they're very round, they distill extremely well. They taste exactly like they do when you cook them in a whiskey. And I knew that I wanted that sweetness, that creaminess, and that mouthfeel, but I also knew that I wanted some of that wheat characteristic, a little more of that cream cheese icing, a little more of that sweetness and that roundness, something a little more refined, almost brandy-like, seemed to fit the bill for Lee Sinclair in particular, and that was really what I was after. Now, obviously, when I was 15, I had no idea that I was going to make this into a commercial product. It was not nearly as refined as what it is now. But when I got the Spirits of French Lick, as soon as they gave me the green light, you can do what you want to do, you can run with it, just make us good product, make us money, I knew that mash bill was going to be the one that we wanted to put out to the forefront, because it's different. It's basically a variation on a wheated mash bill, but also, that it fit the Lee Sinclair story. Again, it's a little more brandy-like, a little more rounded, a little more approachable. It's bourbon made by a brandy maker more than anything else. So it's as much a part of my history in Washington County as it is the history of Spirits of French Lick in Orange County. It's just a nice little trade-off between the 2 counties that are neighbors. So.